Welcome back, folks, to Pokemon Black, Run of the Main Division 12, here on the MSX channel. Today, we are going to be heading off to Future Town here, as we're going to be taking on the gym leader. Now, it is time to challenge the gym, since we're in a futuristic in the last episode, and we have two dragon shapes. This gym is of the dragon type. Freshwater, it'll help you. This is the last freshwater, by the way, so, feel sad this will be the last trick. So essentially, you have to do is make sure that you have to move the two dragons around. But in order to do so, you're going to be going up against frickin' trainers that are strong. Very strong. These are the most powerful gym leader trainers in the entire game. No matter who. This is Fracture, this is the evolved form of action. And our brand new threat, Ranunculus. The fully evolved from Solace's Ranunculus is one of the most... it is one of the most powerful Psychic types to ever exist in the franchise. Brilliant stats, excellent moves, and it just kicked the shit out of this one. This is going to be one of the Pokemon I'll be using for the battle against Drayden / Iris, because I'm going to be showing both battles. At this point in the game, you're going to be needing to get used to Hyper Potions. Hyper Potions are the most powerful regular potions outside the Full Restores. The Full Restores are the ultimate method. So, what you do here is, this is a long and interesting puzzle, so what you do is you go this way, you go that way, and then you talk to her, and it'll be another gym battle. Your objective is to essentially jump on the switches. So first off, we got this action trick. Oh, she has a Dino. This is a brand new entry, folks. This is the Dark Dragon type. And this, of course, is our pseudo-legend for the game. Dino evolves into Zero, Swilos, and it fully evolves into the most powerful and threatening menace to ever exist in the metagame today. The power of Hydreigon. Fun fact, Dino, Swigos, and Hydreigon are in fact references to the German translations for 1, 2, and 3. Which is kind of cool when you realize that you have a legendary that's called Hydreigon. And Dry. I think so. Now you understand how the heads move. You go up on the ramps. You can have the momentum to crush the switches. So anyway, our trainer Jose will have a Dino of his... will have a Fracture. And now he's standing on Cofragus. Remember, the Pokemon that we used in the previous part will not have their fun. And this is not you. And this is not that. That's actually my Zoroark. So we have two Fractures. Best combination period in this one. So let's think about who's going to take the job. I reckon that's going to be my Vanillish. For if you have problems with the Ice Gym, if you have problems with this gym, Vanillish, despite how crappy it looks, is one of the recommended choices for this gym. Because of Ice Beam, the Dragon type's natural enemy, apart from themselves. It is the most devastating threat ever to exist in the most powerful move in the game. It is the original threat, right before the Fairy type got introduced. And the rumors are flying around that Fairy is weak to fire, poison, and steel, whilst effective against fighting Dark Dragon, which is going to be a very interesting type combination as of the recording. And hopefully the Kurokuro will leak tonight. We will finally get the weaknesses to the new typing. Speaking of which, probably the reason why the Fairy type exists is to nerf the dragons. It depends on how nerfed the dragons are. So we'll go back to this gym for that. Clara sends on to the Fracture. Get used to Fractures, Dragons, and essentially Dinos. Yeah, so we're going to be using Stout. Against Dragon types, you should be relying on Ice types most. Ice moves, Air Power, Ice types. You can also use other moves such as freaking normal type attacks. They do not decent damage. Flying types do. Flying attacks do some decent damage, although dragon types are strong against elemental attacks. And I do mean they are strong against fire, water, electric, grass. They're useless. Everywhere else, yeah, that's kind of strong. I mean, I can't remember the main things, but, normal types work. Okay, ice dragons work pure. If you have slight flash flying, that's rock type works well, because it takes the 2x weakness out of there. So, jump off this ledge, and you'll activate this lower this dragon's paw, and it'll just, move towards there. Now, you'll probably see, now you've seen that bit, that was actually the gym leader. So, before we move on to the next bit, we got a trainer, but I may be a little rough on. So yeah, carrying straight on, we have a veteran here, who wears an awesome trench coat and a hat. He has a Druid. Met these back at the tower, so we're gonna take out. We're gonna use the real coffers. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with a Night Slash, which is effective. It does but the real thing just nullifies the attack. So our attack here, sadly at the moment, is going to have to try and put Will-O-Wisp, use Shadow Ball, and try and get Hex, because I'm going to need to use Hex at some point. Might need to heal though, because my Pokemon's not doing very well. Excuse me, I'm going to turn on the heater. It's fucking killing me. That's how much that is killing me here. Anyway, use a Hyper Potion if you're low, because I know for a fact it's getting close. Easily try and keep using Night Slash and you get knocked out. I mean, Druid is not a bad choice. He's just not very fast. He's basically well suited for those that have slow teams. So let's nullify his physical attack, so we can basically hurt him like a bitch. And then let's see if we can use Hex, because of course, you know, physical attacks and all, they reduce the amount of damage. So let's try and get Shadow Ball, try to do as much damage as we can. Which we do, and it nearly kills him. All we just have to do now is heal, and he's dead next turn. Essentially, that's basically it. And that's the end of that. Night Slash, it's not gonna read because she doesn't learn how. He doesn't learn every day. Essentially, that's the end of Druid. Speaking of Druid, I've heard rumors he's gonna get a Mega Form. It's gonna be an interesting thing. It's gonna be focused on to do that. So apparently I heard Druid is getting a Mega Form alongside a lot of other not used Pokemon. I think I'm gonna see a pattern here. I think most of the Pokemon are gonna be lower levels until you've got like some ones that are on the high levels. For instance, Blaziken and freaking Lucario, they're high end as well as what they need to do in realistic tests is they need to roll the useless Pokemon, bring them up, which is probably why they did Shadow Beam, which is why they did Mega Venusaur, Charizard, and Mega Blastoise. They look amazing. So yeah, we have a Dino here, Dark Dragon. Take advantage of this creature's Dark Bug type weakness. Yeah. When you go like a part dragon, take advantage of the other type's big weakness, so now as I said, a fracture, so I'm thinking I might swap it out. Or do I let Scorlipede here, technically it worked out. Now I swapped Scorlipede out for Cofringus. Yeah, let me just take a pick. I really want to wait for the new Kurokura to drop. So yeah, let's see if we can hit this guy hard. Let's with the Shadow Claw now. Watch out, Dragon Claws. Dragon Claws are gonna be the big threat here. Dragon Claws, Dragon Wind, Dragon Pulse, all that stuff. And that's the end of Metal Q. So let's see. Now we're gonna take on a Druidon. Using this effect. Well, we don't know yet, so we're about to find out. But swapping out to Vanillish. Yeah, we're gonna try and go for the Ice Beam Knockout. Speaking of which, I've heard the Vanillish is also good. I know Dragon's rumored heavily to get a Mega Form. I'm just assuming that this is probably because this is Pokemon that are like shit, but their new Mega Forms will go high on the table. Just for instance, I heard Thick Fat Mega Venusaur's gonna be a big, huge defensive threat now that his two big weaknesses have been nullified. All he gets now is 3 weaknesses, which are gonna be Psychic, Flying, and Psychic and Flying. Since he's been nerfed by his ×1, he can now absorb fire attacks as neutral, as well as ice attacks as neutral. It means that his flying weakness. So for this bit here, you need to push the dragon down at least twice. Raise the arm again, so you can raise the head to there. So keep going this way. So yeah, what I was saying, Mega Charizard's got Drought, looks thin, he looks fucking smexy. His brand new bold, with his brand new streamlined, fearsome form. Yeah, he's still fire flying, but he's fucking a menace. He's got Drought, the potential, he can absorb Solar Beam. Granted, he's gonna be granted, I'm really hoping they're gonna nullify Stealth Rock, and if they nullify Stealth Rock to pretty much be immune to flying Pokemon, then boom! Mega Charizard's gonna be the biggest threat out there. Could actually challenge Ninetales for Drought position. And I do mean it in the nicest way, it's gonna be a challenge to Ninetales. In fact, I reckon it's gonna be a lot, say they're gonna be, you're not gonna be able to transfer your Pokemon for at least, I don't know, give it 2 months. You're gonna see a lot of threats out there. Also, I personally reckon there's going to be at least a distribution Trico and a distribution Mudkip, because you can't really have a distribution Torchic without a distribution Trico and a distribution Revenge. Doesn't really work when it comes to, you know, that. See, that doesn't really work. That's a problem with that. Night Slash, you see, Renuculus gets to the point where he's basically called the best wall I have ever fucking seen. Literally, this Psychic type is possibly one of the greatest walls I've ever seen. And he's already approaching 200 health. He's gonna be invincible in the next bloody game. In fact, if I ever decide to keep the guy, and probably I might, he's gonna be the most powerful wall I've ever fucking seen. I'm not sure if he learns anything else. He can technically learn Thunder. He can frickin' use his great ability. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Mega Blastoise. Mega Blastoise is getting a new form called the Mega Cannon, which effectively increases the certain attacks by going up. So that's the thing. They say that Water Pulse and Dark Pulse are going to be getting increases. It depends on how much the percentage. At the moment, he's probably not the best typing out there. Probably think about Liars or such, but he is looking pretty interesting, so that's their way here. We just keep going through there. The final trainer is right there. So to take 10 years veteran skill as a female trainer. So that's veteran with a pair of shades too. She's into Fracture too, so yeah, I actually am looking forward to all 3 of these new Mega Forms. I still think we're going to be getting a Mega Senton and a Mega freaking Swampert. In fact, I'm very, very convinced all the starters of previous generations will get Mega Forms. And possibly typing rechanges. I mean, the only one that deserves a type change right now is freaking, well, let me just say, Meganium is the weakest of the starters. She definitely deserves a new form and a new typing. And if it's the fairy type, like I hope it is, oh, you're going to be seeing quite a few changes. I think Meganium will actually be used as a freaking mid-table anti-dragon. So Pokemon like Altaria and freaking this creature here, Fracture, are going to be in danger of getting walled by a freaking Meganium. But if she doesn't change, then you're going to have, then Meganium is still going to suck. probably had enough rambling. Just pretty much already completed this gym. Yeah, pretty much you can't really tell me and say that I wasted your time. I just haven't done a rambling for Pokemon stipulations for ages. There are a lot of Pokemon out there that do need improvements. Also, there's actually, you're hearing bullshit rumors go around that Macargo's gonna ditch its rock shell, it's gonna become a super gigantic slug, and it's just gonna be pure fire. Technically, it's a big improvement, but also at the same time, that rumor is bollocks. Anyway, we're right at the very end, so that's the end of that. So, the next part is gonna be Gym Leader 8, the final challenge. So, stay tuned as we face the final gym leader of this region.